relax a bit before I start my day. And so many women has reached out to me, telling me words of encouragement, telling me their stories, telling me what has happened to them. And it's crazy how this level of abuse is so common. Again, I'm gonna keep speaking out because I think that my story needs to be told to help other people. So the last time that I went back, this was the summer of 2018. So the last time I went back after a serious situation happened, I was trying to understand how and why I went back. Like, why am I going back to this? Why did I go back? And going through therapy a lot, you start to understand some of the characteristics of a master manipulator. And yeah, I actually came across a letter that was given to me from my ex. My ex wrote it, I guess, kind of to plead his case to me and how he's gonna be a better husband, and I believed it. But just know, like, people who've done this to multiple women, they don't change. It's the same story, just a new woman. And I wanted to read you this letter because I wanted y'all to see and understand how you can just continue to be sucked in and not even know it. I know my message is reaching a lot of you guys out there. Thank you so much for your encouragement, and I'm going to continue to speak out against this. It's not like I was the only person that spoke out against this individual. There was 2 other wives that did speak out, but the army didn't do anything. And now that this situation has happened to me, okay, well, you know, it's 3 different people. Obviously, the equation is that one person. It's not the people that spoke out, it's the person that kept getting away with this level of abuse. It's just so crazy, the level that these people go to have full control over your life. You isolate your friends and family. You don't want to talk to nobody because you go into a level of just being ashamed. And I went back and I came across the very thing that had me go back to this for the last time. But I can tell you, I ain't going back no more. Nope, I'm not. So, okay guys, so I'm gonna read to you the letter that was given to me. And it's scary, y'all, because these people know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And this letter will explain that. So, in the summer of 2018, something happened and he had a military protective order on him and he could not contact me for a couple months. We had well, this person was really my friend, and he knew if he reached out to him, it would have eventually got back to me. So he wrote this letter to my friend, which my friend gave to me eventually. And when I read the letter, I felt sorry for him. And I feel like that's kind of a level of Stockholm syndrome. I feel like I suffered from that for a long time with this person. And that's why I kept going back. The letter is titled, "What is a Man to You?" I am a man by age, but to be a man means to have a heart. I know what type of man I must be, and I will explain this. Being a man means you must have a higher power of some sort to guide you and keep you on the right path. I choose to believe in God. To me, God is what many refer to as Jesus. I think Jesus is already in me. So I see to God as the energy giving to me and the power I give. I don't know what that means. Being a man means to take responsibility for your actions and the actions of your family. Being a man means you are the overseer of your family, period. Being a man means that you are a covenant which guards your family and allows your family to feel secure in their life. Being a man means you take pride in what you do and you show the world how proud you are of your family. Being a man means you don't second guess showing affection and attention to the children you are responsible for as a man. Being a man means you take charge of your responsibility as a husband to your wife. Being a man means you must show dedication to your wife first before showing it to anyone else. Being a man means you must prove she is safe and that anything she does or doesn't do, you will be there and always protect her from anything. Being a man means you don't work to change your wife, but you work to uplift your wife and help her become whole. Being a man means that when you hold your wife's hand, you hold her heart. You hold her heart tenderly as you do her hand. Being a man means that you have the power to hurt her hand very easily. So it's the same for her heart. Being a man means you always touch your wife in a tender, safe way. You kiss her in a way that makes her feel secure. Being a man means to give your wife respect that she deserves every day. The honor that she deserves must be higher than any other honor given to anyone else. Being a man means you sacrifice your body, your energy, your time, your space, your feelings, your pride, your ego, your heart, and your mind for her. Being a man means you give your wife the motivation she needs to feel like a wife. Being a man means you uplift your wife. Being a man means you defend your wife before anyone else. Being a man means you treat her as you would yourself. Being a man means you do what it takes to allow her to make the decisions to stay in love with you. So the letter goes on and it says, "What is not a man? I am a man by age, but not to be a man means not to have a heart. I know what type of man I have been, and I will explain this. I have been the man who is scared to look at himself in the mirror. I have been the type of man who is selfish and self-righteous. I have been the man who feeds off of others' flaws and mistakes. I have been the man who neglects his responsibilities to his wife and kids. I have been the man who angers easily and judges swiftly without patience or humility. I have been the man who isolates himself from his loved ones, family, and friends. I have been the man to take away the freedom of mine from my family. I have been the man who hides his true feelings. I have been the man who holds on to his loved ones' mistakes and errors. I have been the man who explains what type of man I've been to my wife. I have been the type of man to my wife who keeps her in a box. I have been the type of man who holds her feelings as if she is always wrong. I have been the type of man who feeds off of her mistakes, so I feel good about myself. I have been the type of man who manipulates her and uses her for her own personal gain. I have been the type of man who ignores her needs and only focuses on my needs. I have been the type of man who devalues her opinion and exacerbates my own opinion. I have been the type of man who doesn't listen to my wife and ignores her thoughts and her feelings. I have been the type of man who doesn't support her dreams or aspirations. I have been the type of man who judges her parenting and motherhood. I have been the type of man who scrutinizes her for being a wife and a friend. I have been the type of man who blames her for all the issues and problems. In the end, I have been the type of man who humiliates her and makes her feel unwelcome in her own home. I have been my dad this whole time and for too long. I want to be more than my dad and the opposite of my dad. I will be more than my dad and the opposite of my dad. I will not continue to hurt my wife in this way. I will not place my wife in the same category as other people. I will not break my wife down and scrutinize her for all her flaws and imperfections. I will not ever allow my wife to believe she can't love me the way she always wanted to. I just can't. I am killing myself in the process by killing her first. This is the letter directly from him. That means that he knows exactly what he's done. That means that he knows. These people know what they're doing. If he's not stopped, I won't be the last. If he truly believes these words, y'all, it's just crazy. Like, reading this really shocked me. It scared me because all the stuff I've been through, I totally forgot that this letter he wrote for me. And it just made me fully understand why I can never go back. Why I can never go back into this situation. Because it never changes. It's always the same story. It's just a new chapter. As I start to move forward along my journey, because I'm still in my journey, I'm still up in here, I'm going to continue to make videos expressing the dangers of being with someone who has NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. And a lot of people throw around the word narcissist as it's like you're a narcissist. But there are real people that are narcissists. I was married to a medically diagnosed narcissist, and it's scary as hell. It's scary. And there's so many of them because of how they grew up, what they experienced, how they were raised. And that's why people need to understand, when you have children, you gotta raise them right, because they'll grow up to be this man. They'll grow up to be this type of man. Yeah, so all right, well, I'm about to go finish, or not finish, I'm about to go start my day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.